Yeah, g'day folks, my name's Roberto from Fornieri wood-fired ovens based in Melbourne, Australia. Beautiful day today. We finished our summer and we've been using this oven all season, and this video is about how to maintain, cure and seal a wood-fired pizza oven, a concrete type wood-fired pizza oven. So this video will be good for when you first build your wood-fired oven. I'll show you how to cure it and seal it after you've built it, and also how to maintain it. You should really cure and seal your oven once a year, depending on use especially. So I'm going to quickly go through how we would do that. So if you've just built a wood-fired oven, you finish building it, once you've rendered it, you should really let it sit for about 3 to 5 days, just let it dry out naturally. The idea, what we want to do is get as much water as we can out of these ovens. Okay, so once you've built it and you let it dry naturally, you would light a small fire and you want to heat it up to about 150 to 200 degrees Celsius over 2 days, the first 2 days. So just a small fire, as you can see in here, over a couple of days, slowly drying the moisture out of your oven. After the first 2 days, you can build a fire that's a little bit bigger, and we get it up to about the 350 degrees Celsius. And you probably do that for day 3 and maybe even day 4. You know, 300, 350, a bit more heat, slowly suck out as much moisture as you can from the oven. And then on the 5th day, you would start with a small fire in the morning, gradually build that up, and in the afternoon you would have a full fire and get your oven up to 450, 500 degrees Celsius. At that point in time, you'll notice that the oven would have built up with soot, black soot, because you've got small fires and plenty of smoke. So once all that soot's burnt off, you know you've hit that 500 degree temperature, and your oven will go back to its natural colour. If it's a precast or a brick oven, it doesn't matter, all the soot will burn off and it'll go back to its natural colour. So that's how you slowly dry out an oven. And the reason you want to slowly dry out your oven is because there's water in the render and in the domes when things are made, and the floor and everything else, your slabs underneath everything. If you put a big fire in all there at once, any steam and moisture, as that steam builds up, it's going to want to get out, and if it wants to get out quickly, that's when you find that your oven's going to crack, and you might get a crack in your render, you might get a crack in a dome. Pretty hard to get a crack in a brick oven, but you can get cracks inside a precast oven. Not the end of the world. If you've got a Sydney Firebrick 100mm thick dome, it's not a big deal if it's got a crack. It doesn't look nice, but the ovens will still perform, because remember, we've got 50mm of insulation and then about 40mm of render outside of that. But if you crack through your dome and your render, and you notice once you've got a fire that smoke's coming out your dome, out your render, that's not a good thing. You need to get that fixed. So that's basically how you cure an oven. This particular oven has been here for a few years, and like I say, we've used it over the summer, so now I want to protect it for the winter. So you may develop a few hairline cracks, and I'll show you this rendered job soon. So what I'm doing today is lighting a small fire. It doesn't have to be too small because we've been using it, but I just want to light a fire and dry out any moisture that's in the oven, get it all to come out, let it burn for about 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, as long as possible, dry it out as best we can, and then we're going to seal it. So whether it's a new oven and you've cured it over 5 days, or whether it's an existing oven and we're curing it and we're drying it out over 1 day, the sealing process will be the same. And to seal the oven, we're going to use Bondcrete. Buy this from Bunnings or a local hardware store. Bondcrete is a concrete glue, basically. There are instructions on the packet, and we're going to mix 1 part Bondcrete to 4 parts water. We're going to mix that up into a bucket. It's going to look like milk, and then once we're happy that our oven's dried out, we're going to basically just paint the whole thing with a sealer, let it spill out onto your slab. Maybe avoid the front of this brick arch, but we'll certainly paint up the top and any joins and cracks and things like that. And that's going to give it a nice layer, a waterproof layer, basically, so to speak. If you've got cracks in there, hairline cracks, if they're hairline cracks, you would just fill it with a Bondcrete and water mix. If it was a little bit bigger than a hairline crack, we might paint some bondcrete into that crack, straight bondcrete, without the water mix, and then go over it again. And like I say, let it spill down, let it build up around these edges, which is where water can get in. So we're going to let that burn for a few hours, and we're going to come back, we'll make up a mix, and we'll seal the oven. But that's basically how you would cure and seal and maintain your oven to get many, many, many years use out of it. So just another point, if you're using your oven all year, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, then your oven's always going to be dry. This particular oven, because it's here at the warehouse, we sort of use it over the summer period. We don't really use it that much over a winter period. So why I need to cure it and seal this properly now, before next summer, is because if I've got these hairline cracks, this is going to be sitting out in the weather for the next 6 months. It's going to be raining. Water's going to get inside these cracks. Because water's getting inside those cracks, it'll get into the insulation blanket. Your insulation blanket's going to be soaked. Come summertime, we're going to go to light this oven, and it's not going to heat up. It's not going to heat up because we had cracks in it, and the water's got in, and the insulation blanket's soaked. And to dry that insulation blanket's going to be almost near impossible, because as we heat up our oven and we heat up that insulation blanket, any steam coming off that blanket is going to come up and hit your render, and you basically just condensate and come back down onto your fire blanket. So it's going to be extremely hard to dry that out. It might, if that's happened to you, and you can't get the heat up, and you feel that the outside's always cold, you just can't get this oven to heat up, it's probably because you had a few cracks and water's got in over a few months and soaked that blanket, and it's just impossible to dry. You may need to fire that up over 2-3 weeks. Just keep it hot and keep trying to dry it out. Hopefully it'll come out through the cracks eventually. But that's what we're here to avoid, and that's why we're here to maintain this oven. So what we're going to do shortly is go around, inspect it for cracks, fill in any cracks, and then once we're happy that she's nice and dried, we're going to seal it. So I'll be back shortly. Thank you. Okay, so the oven's been going for quite some time now. So we're going to make up our mix. So what we want is 1 part bondcrete and 4 parts water. So we're just going to mix that in. It's just it just looks like a milky consistency. And we're going to paint the outside of the oven with this. But before we do that, we're going to go around, we're just going to give it a clean, make sure that there's no mess on it. I'll give everything a nice little wipe down and clean. And we'll go around and we'll inspect for cracks if there's any decent cracks that we need to fill in. So we'll do that now. Alright, so let's inspect our dome. Small hairline crack there. Dome looks very good. There's just absolutely no cracks anywhere else. And then we've got another one there. And that's it. So a couple of years we've really developed no cracks. These cracks here, you see here, these were the, this is a double brick, this is the brick oven. So there's an arch here and there's another brick arch here, and the cement's pretty thin here. You always going to get a bit of shrinkage. These gaps like this you would fill up with silicone. You could just silicone that up. There's no heat there. So what we'll do now is we'll fill in these bigger cracks with straight concrete, and then we'll paint the rest of it. Okay, so we've put some straight concrete in that. We'll do the other side. There's another hairline crack here, so we'll just fill that up with straight concrete again. Just get it right in there. So this will dry clear, so it's not a problem. You don't have to worry about it. And that's really it. That were the only hairline cracks in this whole oven, so it's a pretty good job. If you like, while you still got this straight bit of concrete here, go around these bottom edge. That's where water could seep in, so we might paint around there. Straight concrete. This will dry clear, and it's a fantastic sealant. I'm just going to go around and do the other side of that, and then we'll finish sealing it with the mix. We'll do that now. All right, so we've sealed around the edges. We've filled in our cracks with the straight concrete, and we've given this a sweep down and a clean. She's all nice and clean. And now we've got our mix 4:1, and you just go around and we'll just paint this all over the oven. Let it drip down. As I say, this will dry clear and a little bit shiny. It's been sealed before. It was sealed last year, so if you haven't sealed yours, or if it's quite porous, you'll see it gets soaked in. But this one's been sealed before, so I'm just going to go around and paint the whole dome. We'll let that dry, and if you feel it needs another coat, give it another coat. But if you do it every year, you'll see you don't need a lot of it. It shouldn't be getting soaked in. When you first seal it, once you've built it and sealed it for the very first time, and you put this mix on, you'll see it get absorbed into the cement, into your render. Like I say, this one's been sealed before, so it's not getting absorbed in there, it's sort of just sitting on top. And it'll dry nice and shiny, so make sure it's nice and clean. So, basically that's it. That's how you cure, seal, and maintain your pizza oven. And if you do it once a year before the winter, you'll have an oven that should last you a lifetime. So that's basically it. I'm going to go around and finish it. The fire's still going on the inside. Keep it warm during the whole process. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, please subscribe and leave a thumbs up if you like my videos. I'm planning on doing a series of videos on how to build, maintain, what sort of ovens you should get. This is a pizza oven, wood or gas-fired pizza oven channel. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you next time. Roberto from Fornieri Wood Fired Ovens in Melbourne. Thank you.